Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is having a Merry Christmas, and I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Um, I want to thank everyone for the subscriptions. You guys have been just killing it. I did not imagine that I would get 100 subscriptions, and we're closing in on that. So I'm just wowed. But I was going to do Tom MacDonald's castles, and I decided I kind of want to do a little bit more. Uh, Interesting one from him. And so there was one pretty close to one of his first ones. It was called Whiteboy. So that one looked pretty appealing to me, and it was kind of drawing my attention towards that. And I'm sure it will be really interesting by the name of the title and the way it looks on the screen. But don't forget to subscribe to Tom if you haven't already, and check out his stuff. But without further ado, this is my reaction to Tom MacDonald, Whiteboy. Here we go.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hid my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist, cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed cause of my pretty blue eyes. A Nazi, white supremacist, anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. Nazi cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collective.
That's facts, dude.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say it with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes.
Okay, hold on. I gotta stop and talk here. The video is superb. You know, my age is, I was around before music videos came around, and then we got into the MTV age, and music videos played a big part in the rap or whatever genre you're listening to. So I am just loving the video along with the music at the same time. And that's how I kind of consume music. Sometimes I can notice things about the video that other people don't, because that's how I learned how to consume music when I was really young. And whoever did this is just, well, it was Nova, right? Nova. She did an excellent job. It's in a classroom setting. So it's telling a story behind Tom's story. He's basically saying people are being taught racism through indoctrination in the school system, which I agree with 100%. I grew up in the South. I mean, this is all my experience, but I grew up in the South. I was born in Oregon, we moved around, and I did not know the difference. But I mean, I never saw black or white like that. I mean, my first girlfriend was black, and great gal. Well, I mean, I was super young though. But that's just all I knew. And we lived in the inner city, and to get out of that inner city environment, that poor environment, I signed up in the military. And I mean, there was other reasons too, but I signed up. And even when I was in the military, you know, it was, I mean, we bleed the same. We had to watch each other's back, so there was no racism. There was no racism. And the first time I really dealt with any kind of deep thought on racial issues is probably in the mid 90s, late 90s, somewhere around that time. And that was when I was starting my new life with the family and things of that nature. And so I was going to college. And so the first time I really experienced this racial inequities topic was in the school system. It was in college. And my professors always seemed to had their kind of hang-ups with racial inequities and all of these, the terms that they spew around. But it was I always felt like they were projecting onto me their personal beefs or biases or things like of that nature. And I had experienced enough life experience to kind of reject that. But there was younger people in my class. I was older at that time because I had been through the military and everything like that. So there was a lot of younger people, and a lot of them accepted it. And so I believe racism is taught in two ways: the home and in the school system. And then when people get taught that, then the government perpetuates it through the media. So that's how I kind of view it. It's interesting. Tom's got the dreadlocks on. So that's more of a cultural appropriation, that kind of thing. So a really hot topic song. And then the other one is, before I start this right back up, is the teacher was black. And all I have to say about that is this. I was taught from a young age, usually the people who cry racism all the time are the most racist people. It's always been that way with me.
Black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me. I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps. He stole the culture right from the blacks. Okay, he's fire, but we lit the flame. He's siphoning gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within. And then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with.
Ooh, and look, he's disrupted the class. And it looks like, if you look at the people behind him too, it looks like he's winning some of these people in the classroom over. And so thus you've got the piles of chairs here, the turmoil within the classroom, because Tom is actually winning people over with his argument here, which is, in my opinion, dead on.
Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy. Dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through.
Let's go.
I got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you want to hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop before you say it. I know what you've been thinking.
Love the beat too. He's really, one thing I'm loving about this is he's not rhyming a lot. If you listen to the lyrics, he's not rhyming very much at all. I like how he's staying with the beat without having to rhyme. A lot of rappers feel like they have to rhyme all the time. To me, again, I hate to keep beating a dead horse here, but it kind of reminds me of spoken word. That's how Tom's style kind of is to me. When you hear him rap, because he won't rhyme all the time, so spoken word can be like that. Again, it just really resonates with me that he is not rapping in the normal way. There's just little intricacies in his raps. I love the message. The message is bueno, and I love the rap. And I love how he's kind of going almost into a rock. When he's screaming passionately, it's almost a rock thing, and I'm really loving that. I hope he has some. I did kind of see one where it looked like it was more rocky. Man, I might react to that one too, because I do like rock music also. Rap is my thing, but I do like a good rocky sound. And if he can blend the rap and the rock, I'm down with that. I'm really down with that. like a Aerosmith, early Aerosmith, Run DMC type thing. I'm down with that. And love this message right here. He's just killing it.
As a straight white male in 2018, you're making me the villain by demon.
Did you see that one African American fella in the back? He was kind of, I think Tom's winning him over.
Demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our
Great
dads'
video.
dads. Sakes acknowledging atrocities were wrongly
That's
committed
facts.
is all that I can offer while I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge
Facts.
a human for the cards he was given or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and
Oh,
Royals.
man, don't
They're the
get me
people who
going.
monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoil. Got no patience for Nazis. I think they're better off dead. They're fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't because they said so. Hate the ones who think you're wrong.
See, he's not rhyming, and I'm really liking that because it's telling the story a little bit more.
All the same and judge you profusely because the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies, being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem, and you owe it to yourselves. We got so much in common.
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy.
I don't know what the teacher's doing here. Is he just upset that the argument is valid? I don't know what's going on with that.
Dear white boy.
Why is he crying?
White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
So when he says, well, you wish you were black, he's talking about cultural appropriation. And Tom's got his hair in braids. That's what it seems like to me. It's still not quite down with, I don't really, maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know why the teacher was crying. I mean, I can see why he's angry, but I don't know why he'd be crying. Unless Tom was winning him over. And it was basically making him rethink all of his stances. I don't know. Great song. Great song. I like this guy's style. Great little, I love the little hook. It was a little different, but I liked, it was almost brought in a Rocky thing in there. And I didn't know what to quite think about it the first time he went through it. But then at the end, I was really liking it. So it kind of won me over. And so now I really love it. So great song. And one more thing before I leave, just the anecdotal type thing. My wife and I, we went to Jamaica not too long ago, and we stayed there for a while. And it's funny here. When you're in America, primarily you see people with light skin. I mean, demographically, percentage-wise, America is mostly, their skin is more lighter than not. And but you go over to Jamaica, just the opposite. Everyone has, the darker skin tones. And anyways, you kind of, the first day or so, to be honest, it is a kind of a cultural shock. When we went into our resort, the guy that was taking our luggage to our room, I remember him saying, he just said it out of the blue. And I don't know why he said this. Well, I didn't know at the time. But it was, we don't practice racism here in Jamaica. And so as our trip went on, I was like, man, why did he say that? Why did he say that? And took our stuff there, and we had a great trip. And one day we were going down to Bob Marley. We were going to go, we went to Kingston, the Grill. There's only like two main cities in Jamaica. There's Kingston, and then there's Montego Bay. So we was going to go down to the Kingston area, which is down south, and visit Bob Marley's home and to take a tour through Bob Marley's home because my wife and I are kind of big Bob Marley freaks. But so, anyways, make a long story short, there was this American woman, and she was of darker skin, and she was not acting appropriately, and she was basically lambasting some of the Jamaican natives there, basically calling them, Uncle Tom type terms, which I don't want to get into that, but she was lambasting them. But anyways, she flew through a fit, and my wife said to me, it's like, we Americans act like idiots sometimes with this racist crap. The stuff we spew out of our mouth. I mean, is it really? Is this necessary? It was just kind of obvious, and you're looking at an American kind of from the outside, and you really see how some people act. Like I said before, some of the most racist people are the ones who cry racism. We had a first-hand example right in front of our face, and the problem was they were blasting a fellow black person. And I might add, for no reason. It was just a emotional response. And anyways, we got home and we flew into Atlanta. I'm gonna wrap this up. Flew into Atlanta, and we were in customs, going through customs, and one of our government officials pops on there and starts talking about racism. And we was in Jamaica for a long time, and there was none of that crap. We felt so comfortable with everybody. We were in the poor parts of Jamaica at times, and there was never any fear because people really were civilized, and there was nobody talking about racists, and they didn't look at my skin color and say, "Hey, you're of lighter skin color, and now you need to be," They didn't do that stuff. And then we come to America, and it's just the opposite. And it was just really a sad thing to do because racism's here in the heart. That's where it's at. But we're taught it, but I believe by the school systems and our parents. And I'm of the age where the school systems, I think it was in the 90s is when all this stuff started to go awry. Because I was taught in the school system, the MLK stuff. MLK was character, and over skin color. And unfortunately, it seems like that's not the thing anymore. And I think these college professors indoctrinate people, to be honest with you. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I have had 4 kids. 3 of them went through college, and one of them not. But all of them said the same thing. Dad, the college professors are flaming racists. The way they handle themselves. If you're a person and the skin color is the main topic of discussion, you're probably a racist. Because I don't look through that, and it's just ridiculous to me. I mean, we're never going to be able to move on as a society if people don't get it under control. I mean, racism shouldn't be the main overriding thing in our society. I mean, it's ridiculous. And anyways, Tom was great. I had to rant there a little bit. I had to give you a little anecdotal information on me. Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're seeing. I am kind of shocked at what I've been getting for the subscriptions because I don't feel like I'm even ranked in that area. But Tom's great. I look forward to some of his other stuff. This was very impactful, and I think that's what it was meant to be, and a great message, and a message that I really, really agree with him with. But thanks, guys. You have a great, great evening.